Breakout win.
There has been moments where the Muslim came oh so close, and I always think of Intox Masters Global Challenge Sao Paulo, Ben, where he was down 2-0 against Violet, and then suddenly he turned on this, like what we like to call the devil mode in him, where he suddenly played fantastic StarCraft, put it back to 2-2, then had a bunker contain on Violet, and basically won the game already on Tal'Darim Altar, but then he died to slow links, Ben. Slow banelings actually. They just walked across the map and then they wiggled in. Something we've almost never seen before. Violet ended up winning the Intox Masters Sao Paulo. That really sort of took off Violet's career in StarCraft 2, as after that he won a lot more. But that was his first big victory. And I feel, Ben, if the Muslim would have defeated Violet in those quarterfinals, the Muslim would have won that Intox Masters.
Could have been, man. Hey, maybe that was the one that should have been. As we do move into Abyssal City. This is our first week running Abyssal City. It's been a lot of fun so far. It's a pretty cool looking map.
For the people who are not super familiar, why are you guys suddenly playing Abyssal City? Halfway through the season, we sent out an email to all our players and asked them, like, hey guys, what do you think about our map pool? And which maps do you really want to get rid of? And if you have to add a map, these are a couple of the options that we give you guys. What do you want to have? And at the end of the day, a lot of people said we would like to get rid of Muspelheim and we would like to add Abyssal City. So that is what we did. As Ben, our slogan is, it's all about the players. Obviously, we want to give them maps that they enjoy playing on as well.
Of course. Oh, man.
Because if it's up to me, guys, Kravas would have been in it for a long time. But I tried to sneak it in the email, but Ben did not approve.
It was in the email.
Yeah, but nobody voted. Actually, it had 3 votes. There are 3 guys out there who love Kravas as much as I do.
It was Demuslim and...
No, it was probably like Teja, Hero.
No, it would have been Demuslim and Cloud and Hasuabs.
Why?
Because they're the only 2 trolly guys that would vote for that map, knowing that you're the reason it's in the voting.
The Muslim is, of course, our British Terran spawning on the left side of Abyssal City. He's going to go for the no gas, fast expand, while Stephano is, of course, our French Zerg. Of course. Stephano is still in Korea, if I'm not mistaken, Ben. So this means that these games are played on the North American server, because this is a policy that the North American Star League has. If it's a North American player against a Korean player, the games are played on the North American server. This is, after all, the North American Star League. So the Muslim does have a ping advantage over Stephano.
And that is something that could be very critical, very pivotal in this series, guys. This is a super important match. If Stephano, our Season 3 champion, wants a repeat, he has got to continue winning. And our finals is so close, Kevin. We'll be at Long Beach, California for the grand final. If you want to come out and attend the grand finals, you probably want to put your name on a wait list. We've booked a smaller venue this time. We're only going to have a limited number of seats. So go to NASL.tv, get on that ticket list so that you can be one of the first to pick up your tickets for the grand final. Long Beach, California. Was
also just taking a look, Ben, at the predictions. As of course, as our subscribers are always active in chat and try to make predictions and try to compete in the new betting systems be going on. And this same guy, Ben, who's been always on top of the ranking, he's on top of the ranking again. He just never predicts anything wrong, ever. Yeah, there's a big flying shark, which is almost like a whale.
I think it is a whale.
Really? Oh, yeah, that's correct. It's an underwater wall. The Muslim confirming as well that we are on the water.
And that doesn't make sense.
How does it not make sense? This is like, how was the secret underwater city called again, man? I forgot the name of it.
Atlantis.
Atlantis.
Sorry, just a little bit distracted by the players here. Yeah, we have been rolling out our new betting service. It's almost, think of the final weeks here of Season 4 as a beta system for Season 5, when we will be allowing players to bet against us, the casters, bet against each other, and we'll be giving out some pretty cool prizes to the people that do well. One of the ideas we're kicking around is a expense-paid trip out here to watch our grand final. That, again, that's not for Season 4. Don't get too excited, Rahaya.
Everybody's all right now, like betting. Go.
Don't get too excited. That's a Season 5 possibility.
Double factory opening over here by the Muslim, Ben, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him fly over that factory, landing next to this tech lab, so we're going to see some blue flame Hellions out of him, and this is something that I haven't seen from the Muslim for quite a while. And it's funny that we mentioned his series earlier today. or just now, against Violet back then at the Intox 3 Masters, because the moment he started his comeback, he was down 0-2 and came back to 2-2, was when he started to play more and more with Hellions. He had suddenly had Hellions all over the map, and we all know that the Muslim is a fast player as well, and he's excellent at multitasking. So the moment he has groups of Hellions active all around the map, he can really put them to good use, and we could potentially see him kill a lot of drones. And of course with Blue Flame you're pretty much guaranteed to kill some drones, even against Stephano. But how many?
Well, this is a build that's pretty good against what Stephano's known for, which is very Zergling-centric play. Stephano's getting 1-1 and a Baneling nest. That makes me get all sorts of excited. You know how much I like my Baneling timings, Kev.
Almost as much as Andre loves his gas timings.
Almost. Hellions are poking around on the creep of Stephano. Ilias is sitting back, being very patient. Hasn't revealed his Zerglings yet.
Some people might not notice, but we had Stephano here at the North American studios not too long ago. I'd say it was roughly a month ago. Stephano spent around a week here. He's good friends with our producer, and he's just having fun and walking around the studio. Of course, we ask him about the league, ask him about ways to improve. And of course, we always talk a lot about other players as well. And he actually said that the Muslim is really good in practice, that he struggled a lot playing against the Muslim, that he felt that he's one of the Terrans that puts up the best fight against him. As of, before he came here, he was in the Evil Geniuses training house, and he practiced a lot with the Muslim. So he was very, very promising about his teammate.
He also called me fat.
And Stephano is also very direct, by the way, guys. Stephano would never say someone is good if he doesn't think he's good.
He called me fat and said that I'll always be fat. Made me really mad. Hellions are going to come towards the natural expansion of Stephano right now. This is a lot of Blue Flame hands. Oh, the Zergling control. Can he get around him? He is not able to get those perfect connections. That was almost a good surround, but the Muslim with the superior control keeps those Hellions alive.
Yeah, but still, he lost a lot of Hellions right now already, Ben. And Stephano knows exactly what's up. This is not a surprise anymore. So he is going to be careful. I don't think these Hellions are going to be able to kill this hatchery. We still have that Viking patrolling on the north side as well. As we do, I'm going to have a Banshee follow-up as well, but I think Stephano has done this beautifully so far, Ben.
He's definitely bought himself some great time, and he hasn't lost a single drone, which is one of the most important things. He
killed 5 Blue Flame Hellions, and he did not lose a single drone yet. Yes, he lost quite a few links, but that was definitely worth it.
And now he has a Roaches popping out. Wow, he is getting hive at 10 minutes and 15 seconds. I don't even understand why you would do that.
There are like 12 Blue Flame Hellions around, and Stephano's like, okay, let's go up to hive.
He's going 2-base hive right now, effectively. Viking is floating around, getting a great scout of Stephano's base. So Demuslim's got a really good idea of what he's playing against.
There are only 9 Zerglings right now, and these queens are all that's working for Stephano, as we do have the first Roaches entering the field. But okay, now there are 5 Roaches, and Roaches getting in position as well. Also funny to not see Stephano have this trademark Stephano wall. He was one of the first players to ever do it. Back then, when Stephano was still young and just playing Go for StarCraft 2s for a living on a Sunday afternoon.
Winning hundreds of dollars every single week because no one could touch him. Hellions continuing to dance around. Stephano positioned very, very nicely.
Wow, these Hellions taking so much damage, man. The Muslim has lost so many Hellions already as the Banshee. Actually, this is the Viking. Sorry, guys. Where is that Banshee, man? I'm getting paranoid that I'm missing it.
I do not know, Kev.
But, man, the Muslim has lost 12 or 11 or around 10 Hellions so far in this game. Where's the Banshee?
In the Muslim's natural, floating off. Forgotten about.
Man, how often do you see 10 Blue Flame Hellions dying without killing a single drone?
These are the first non-cost-effective Hellions I've ever seen.
So you can never say that again, Ben, because I will always remind you of this game. Good scouting here by Stephano with these speed roaches, and he will see that the Muslim is not giving up yet. He's going to try to do the same thing all over again.
It only takes one successful Hellion run by to do catastrophic amounts of damage. Stephano is going up to Ultraless Tech right now.
2 upgrades are almost ready already as well. The Muslim is going to try to drive in, but Stephano always has units in the right positions.
Control, and the Muslim wants to commit to it, and Stephano smacks it down. He says,
Ben, Stephano has still not lost a drone. There has been like 20 Blue Flame Hellions on this map. Stephano's ridiculous.
Right now there are no Blue Flame Hellions on this map, as Stephano has completely owned every ounce of the Muslim's aggression.
And he didn't even make like an insane amount of speedlings. Every now and then you see players with 30, 40 speedlings, and then they somehow all end up dying, and the Hellions still kill drones. He made a small group, then he had a few banelings.
It's really his micro that sets him apart from other players. The way that he keeps the Zerglings and the banelings away from the Hellions until they're actually ready to fight. It's just perfect control. He always takes the right engagements. He always positions himself adequately. That's the other thing. He always has units where he needs units. It's uncanny. It's like he has a sixth sense for what he's going to be up against. He's a fantastic player, easily.
Ooh, the Muslim rallying a couple of Hellions into these roaches. Those Hellions died as well, besides one brave Hellion. Maybe this Hellion will be the first guy to kill some drones. I guess it's not going to happen.
Doesn't look like it. Might kill a couple of Zerglings, but nope, not even going to do that. That was the Tom Cruise Hellion, Kev.
Hey. This is the Tom Cruise Banshee. Going to work on these roaches, but Stephano has queens all around the map. In total, he has only 4 queens, but it should be enough, as he has a lot of creeps. The infestors are out now as well. He could fungal this Banshee. Stephano just does everything right this game.
That is the Tom Cruise Banshee.
Hey, stop hating.
Catches a fungal growth and then gets shot down. No? Nobody? I thought that was funny. A little bit of a Zergling run by down here into Muslim's third base. It does get pretty much dealt with, but Stephano right now just blowing up with the macro. His 3/3 upgrades are finishing. He's going to have +5 armor ultras, Kevin, and he's got 3 ultras, 40 lings, 9 roaches, and a handful of infestors supporting that.
Nice wall over here by the Muslim. 1 planetary fortress. The other one is going to be an orbital. He actually cancels the orbital. Because he's going to build another command center already. A lot of links are streaming in right now. The planetary is not ready yet. And the Muslim actually only has 4 tanks, and they're not in position, man. Siege mode is not even ready yet.
He could have ever lifted, Kevin. Oh, no. Planetary is not quite ready, and Stephano. Why does it always work out this way? It just happens to be that he's attacking right as that command center lifts, right before that planetary finishes. He does chase Stephano off. But this is kind of what I mean, man. He's always in position. You know, it's uncanny. I don't know if it's luck or skill or a combination of the two.
Stephano, I don't believe in luck anymore, man.
Stephano is maxed. He's starting to accumulate a substantial bake. He's even picking up Neural Parasite, which is something I don't think I've ever even seen him use in a competitive game. But when it does come out, I'm sure it'll be awesome.
Well, there are Tors. There are so many Hellions, and the Tor count is not that high. So imagine if you can take out 2 or 3 Tors of this army with Neural, then everything is just going to die immediately. Or you might Neural a couple of siege tanks.
There was a long period of time when Zerg players basically felt like the only answer to mech was good use of Neural Parasite. It's kind of an old school way to play against a meching Terran. Now we usually see Zergs using a lot of Roach Drop. But Stephano's never been a guy to follow the metagame. He's more of a guy that sort of sets the metagame.
Stephano does what Stephano does, man. It's always been like that. We have 8 Ultralisk on the field. He had more roaches, but he sacrificed a few. But he still has 6 roaches with his army. It seems like he's going to try to set up a flank over here. The planetary fortress is almost ready. I don't think that he's going to be able to boss the Muslim right now.
He's not even going to commit to it. Zergling's trying to find openings, but the Muslim's done a great job of making himself pretty attack-proof. Yeah, that's not going to work, Stephano.
These links will die, and eventually even these Ultras are going to die, as these SUVs have plenty of surface area to repair this planetary. Well, that was a costly mistake for Stephano. He lost quite a bit. Then again, he's been on 82 drones for the longest amount of time, mining off 4 bases. His 5th base is on the way. I think he forgot that he could take a base over here as well, even though it's a very small one. Maybe Stephano doesn't like small bases.
Maybe not. He's like, I prefer a double gas expand. I'll save that one for later. As he is now maxed out. Demuslim's also maxed out. Stephano's beginning to make his transition over towards that Broodlord tech as his Greater Spire's on the way. Second Spire's going down so he can get those double upgrades.
The Muslim does have an army supply lead right now, Ben. And he is on 4 bases. This is definitely something that he can work with.
The Muslim's reached a point where he has a ferocious army. Stephano's got to be very, very careful about how he goes about his engagements. He's going to go ahead and attack into this planetary once more. Infested Terrans on the low ground cannot do anything about these siege tanks. But the Zerglings running through sure can, and that planetary has fallen. Demuslim is way out of position for this. He's setting up a little bit of a base trade. I don't know how this is going to play out.
And the amount of money that Stephano has and these hatcheries all around the map, this, well, I would say this can end well for the Muslim, but we'll see.
Stephano makes 10 Corruptors. If those Corruptors become Broodlords, it could go very well for him. But if the Greater Spire dies before, then we could see a real tragedy, as the Muslim is not very far from that Greater Spire at all. Stephano's still crushing through the natural. And even the 4th base of the Muslim, Infested Terrans, will take out this planetary, so that base is now a thing of the past. The Muslim is in range of this Greater Spire, Kevin. He needs to see it, spot it, and kill it. And he's still not focusing it. Now he's going to go after the Greater Spire, and it's going to go down very, very quickly. Only 4 Broodlords are going to be morphed, and where, oh my goodness, they're morphing in a very dangerous spot.
Oh, Scan goes down for the Muslim. He knows it. He's definitely going to try to get the toys in position, Ben.
Stephano might be in big trouble. A lot of infested Terrans are going to go down, though, and these can make a huge difference. Tanks are not really sieged. Ultras do fantastic damage against these siege tanks. The Brood Lords look like they're going to try and get away. Corruptors don't add much to this fight at all. Ultras trickling in one after another. Very close fight right now. 120 supply to 70, but it looks like Stephano might have just barely done it.
Not sure if it was really that close after all, Ben, as we still see a lot of Zerg units remaining. The Muslim fell all the way down to 34 supply. It looked so close with those Broodlords morphing, but Stephano just not hesitating, immediately dropping those infested Terrans on the ramp, just running in before the Muslim could put up a really sick siege on this ramp that Stephano would basically never be able to enter his main base.
I come in peace, I just want to be a Zerg.
Guys, can I land on your creep?
Infested Terran, infested Billy driving this command center. Muslim taps out, GG gets called, and Stephano does take game number 1.
Man, that was so chaotic at the end, with those Broodlords morphing. Stephano just not hesitating, as I said before. He just went for it immediately, because I think if he gave the Muslim more time to set up a really sick concave on top of that ramp, it could be very hard for all the Zerglings and Ultras to actually make their way up to the main base. But Stephano just made the right calls again, and being there just barely in time.
That game really did come down to the very last second. Great play from Stephano. Great play from the Muslim. Very exciting game on Abyssal City. Guys, that one was brought to you guys by Epson, by Stamps.com. Epson Projectors and Stamps.com. Both of our sponsors brought you that last game. Hassle-free postage from your PC, nasl.tv/p/stamps, and go to epson.com/gaming for your own high-performance gaming projector. We're going to take a short break. Game 2, Demuslim and Stephano, when we get back.